So hi guys, welcome back to another lecture. In this lecture, we are going to see how to exploit SQL injection, how to find SQL injection present on any parameter. Okay guys, not a parameter, on any we can say search form or username field or password field. So for finding it, first we need to set up our lab. So as we did it before, so for that, first of all, you need to log into your OWASP BWA, as you can see here. So I'm going to log in it using my username, and the password will be OWASP BWA, and now hit enter. So after hitting enter, it will simply load it up and then simply type if config. So when you hit enter, you will find this as the IP address, just inet address 110.0.2.7. So this is the IP address. So now the next thing that I have to do here is simply open the web browser here. So this is the web browser that I have here. Okay guys, so it will take some time actually. This is upon your RAM, how much you have allotted. So guys, let's enter the IP address of OWASP BWA machine into here in the search bar. Okay, the address is wrong, that is why it is not working. Let me fix it. So this is IP address. Now hit enter. So after hitting enter, as you can see that we are having this machine, which is OWASP broken web application project, and we are interested in SQL injections. For SQL injection, the best way to practice is mitm 2. So simply hit enter on this. So when you hit enter, you will see this kind of interface, as you can see here. Let me zoom out this so that it will be easy to see each and everything present on this page. So when you see in the left corner, you will find OWASP 2013. Okay guys, so when you move your cursor above this, you will find these many vulnerabilities here. So we're interested in this, which is SQL injection, extract data, and user info. Okay guys, so this is the field that I have here. Okay, let me first erase it so that I can teach you what it is. So this is the page. This is the page in which we are going to test our SQL queries here. Okay guys, so first of all, let's see what it is asking for. So this is asking for your name and the password. Okay, so please enter username and the password to view account details. Okay, so as we all know that I don't have accounts in it, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to simply register. Username that I'm going to give is like DIW, and the password will be the same, DIW. So this is the password. Let it confirm. Signature is D, and now create account. So account created for Devakar Vanro, inserted. Okay guys, so now let's where is login tab? So account has been created. So usernames. Okay guys, let's get back. So now guys, we are having this field. Let me erase this. So we are having this field. So first on our agenda is to test the page to see if the possibility exists for an SQL injection or not. So to do this, simply let's use the tick. Tick means this is the tick character, or we can say quotation character, to see what we can learn from this. So what you need to do here is simply you need to move your cursor here and simply use this tick and hit enter. So after hitting enter, let me I think you can see this. Let me zoom it a little bit. And so this is the error that we are getting. So what this means, simply using tick, we were able to learn a reasonable amount of information about the database which supports this application. So what are the some things that we have learned from this? So we have taken two things from here. So the first thing, that is, let's see file. Here file. So we can see that the entire path of the file which is handling this error. So for looking at it, there is a additional information which can be inferred, such as this is more than likely a Microsoft Windows device on such which the server is running on. Okay, so as you can see here. So then the second thing, that is message. which as you can see here, message. So from message, we can see that this is MySQL database. This is also referring here MySQL, and from this you can also see this is the MySQL database. Okay guys, so this is the first thing that we get from the message. And the next thing is why this is important. So the database in the backend will determine the type of interaction we can do with it via the application. So now guys, let's expand on a tick and let's see what it's gonna do. So guys, let's see. First of all, actually this is quite irritating. Every time it's just become admin. It's quite irritating. So this is the tick that we did earlier. Or is the command 1 is equal to 1 will always be true, and give some space. Okay, so these is space after 2 hyphens, and this is needed for MySQL commands. Oh, sorry, comments. Okay, so now let's hit enter. So guys, when you scroll it down, okay guys, so when you scroll it down, so after simply entering this particular let me see this. Okay, where's the error here? Okay guys, this is again not working. These parameters are just irritating me. So okay, let's try with this again. This is the tick, and then or 1 is equal to 1 hyphen double hyphen, and now please simply hit enter. So when you hit enter, what you can see here, this is giving us nothing. So there is some failure. Okay guys, so there is some failure. So why it is not giving us that? Let's try with something else. Okay, let me do one thing here. That is, let me try with this. This is not working guys, so we have to try with some other command. This is not like I have learned from somewhere and I am applying here. This is not like that. So now guys, we have successfully entered our command. So what was the difference in the last and this? So difference was is that, as I have told you that you have to note that the spaces after 2 hyphen, this is the space. So this thing should be keep in your mind, because this is important and needed for MySQL command. Okay guys, so as you can see, it looks like we dumped the entire table. As you can see, these are the things. Okay, these are the accounts that we have here. Okay, so this is the account that we have created. As you can see, we are having the username and the password. Okay guys, so this simply looks like we are making progress, and let's see what else we can do. So how about we are trying to determine the database version? Okay guys, so for this, let's try to leverage the admin account to reduce the number of rows which will be returned. So our query will now look like, let me do it here. So let me erase it, let me remove it so that I can easily work here. This is just irritating me. Okay guys, so now let's change our query like admin. So this is the query, simply tick. Okay, and now these are the 2 and just give it 2. Now try to hit enter. So guys, after hitting enter, let's scroll it down. You can see here, after hitting enter, after scrolling down, this was our command, and this is simply we are trying to get the database version. So now let's try with some other command. So this is, we are inside admin. So now let's try to run some other command, that is admin and simple tick. Okay, union select @ okay, now type version here. So this is the command, hit enter. So guys, when you hit enter, so we got an error. So when you see the error, So what it is saying? It is saying that the use select statement have different number of columns. Okay. So man. So now what we need to ensure that the number of columns are balanced. So now let's try to learn number of columns in the table. So now let's use admin. Let me try here. Let's use admin. This is admin, and let's select this one and just first of all erase it. Admin union select and use null and hit enter now. So when we run this command, we got the same error. Let me scroll it down. As you can see here, we got the same error again, but the number of columns. So let's build up on this to find out the correct number of nulls we need to use here. So the thing that we need to do here is simply increase the number of nulls. So it will take some time. So you have to take care of this. So this was the null, and let's simply separate it by comma. Let's try with double null. Now hit enter. Let me see it again. This is giving us same error. So the next thing what I can do here, we have now let's try with the third null. Okay guys, 1 2. Okay, now hit enter. Now as you can see that we are getting the same error. So now let's try with like 7 null, 6 null, not 7 null. Now let's try with the 7 one. We have 1 2, now 3 4 5 6. So we have now used 6 null space and hit enter. Now let's see is it working or not. So this is again not working. Again, let me do it. Which null is containing, how much null it is containing? 1, I think. Now let's try with one more null. Let's try with this and see what it is. 1 2 1 2, and now hit enter. So as you can see here guys, as you can see here, so we see that rather than error, we have now, as you can see here in this, and what we have here now, we have reported 2 columns. So now that we have our number of columns, now let's try to get the database version again. So how you can do this? Simply we are going to use with the 5 null, actually 6 null, with the version command. Let's try. Where was, okay, admin do, I think how much null it contains. We because we are having 7, so that is why I'm using 6 null, because 1 for the version. 1 2 3 4 5 6 6. We are having 6 here. So after this, let's try to find out version. Okay, so now let's see how it's gonna be look like. Version, so this is for version, and now we have separated it. So 1 2 null, 3 null, 4 null, 5 null, 6 null. Now let's erase this one. 1 2 1 2, and now hit enter. Let's see what it is giving. As you can see that we have successfully extracted the version of our DBMS. Okay guys, so now guys, next thing, so now let's look at each column to determine which one will accept our string, or at least which one produce the username, password and signature. To figure out this, let's put some string in each null field. So how you can do that? So earlier, how many nulls we have used? So we have used 7 nulls. So in case of 7 null, in the place of 7 null, we are going to use some string like column 1. Okay. So let me start it from starting. Admin take, okay, union select string inside the we can say, let me make it this one. I think this is correct way. Okay, let me close this string again for other one, column 2, close it again, colon 3, let's close it. Okay, again column 3, colon 4, 5, this time is 5, and again just close it, colon 6. Now the next one that we have here is colon 7, just close it and open it. So this is what we have, and make it 2 spaces, and this is how. So now let's try to run this command. Okay guys, so let me scroll it down. So as you can see that we have used this particular command. So column 2, column 3 and column 4 are the ones which we can use with our string. So now let's revisit that attempt to get the database version. We will also replace the column X, okay, null by column X. So now let's try to see again for the database version. So how you can do that? Let me scroll it down. This was this. Now let's try to hit enter. Let's see, is it working or it is giving us error. Again select, I think we have to, okay guys, this is the thing. Now hit enter. We need to add some spaces there. So this is the version that, as you can see, the good progress so far, actually I can say that, and we have now managed to obtain the database version. So now let's continue. How about we dump the database schema? So we can see a list of tables with their associated names. Okay guys, so now let's see how we can do that. So we need to again enter a long string, so a long query, so that we can simply dump the database schema. So how we can do that? Okay, so for that simply type admin as usual, just close it using the tick, and then union. Okay, then simply as always select. Okay, now after select use null. We need to add 7 different things inside this, because as we all know, on 7 it gives us a result. And then table name. So okay, this is not hyphen, this is underscore table name, and then let's see, it's a column. Okay, then we are having column name. Let me do it like this, and then add null, 2 null, and let's see the 3 null, 4 null. Okay, so 4 nulls are enough. Now from information schema information schema, spelling is correct, colons. Okay, after colons I need to add 2 spaces, hyphen, 2 spaces. Now hit enter. Let's see, is it working or not? So I think it is not working. Let's see what it is doing here. So guys, now that we have gotten dump database structure, let me do it like this. As you can see that we have dumped the database structure. Okay guys, so we can now look at the other tables, so we can see where we may be able to extract the data of relevance. So going through the list, as you can see, account tables, account tables. So the list contains the user information which we are able to obtain in the beginning text. Okay, which is like we can say accounts. Now let's try to simply let's see for the accounts. Okay, let's do it again. So we have to write again what we did earlier, like union. Let me see, is it present or not? Okay, this was the command that we have entered earlier. So in after this columns, let me use where table name is equal to, and simply give it as accounts. Just what the next thing, close this string and just 2, and now hit enter. Let's see. So guys, what we have found here, so we see there additional fields such as SID is here. So like this, SID is admin, first name and the last name. So as you can see, all of these things here, this is the first name, last name, and all of the things here. Okay, so this is the way. So now let's see what we can learn from is admin. So what we can learn from is admin, as you can see, we are having here is admin. This is the admin password. So now let's see what we can learn from this. Okay guys, so now let's see. Let's create one more query for this. Simply take space union select, simply use select and null. Now SID, okay, username is admin null. Okay, again we have to use 2 more null to complete the string of 7 null. We have used 3 null from accounts, and now hit enter. So after hitting enter, so it looks like value for where it was. Let me scroll it down. As you can see, the value for is admin is either true or false. So for this we have a list of admin user in this database. So now let's take a look to see which user of the application is simply accessing the database. So now let's see how. Okay guys, so simply use the command again that I'm going to tell you, like admin, let me do it like this, admin space union select null current user, and this is function, and then use the remaining nulls, like 5 nulls, because we have used 2 places, so we need to use add 5 nulls here. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, is this correct? Okay, let me do it, let me correct it like this. Okay, is everything correct? Let me run this command. So let's see, it's working not. So as you can see that guys, so very interesting thing is here. So this application is running as a metadata, as you can see, as a root. So now what database are we connected to? So now let's see what database are we connected to. So for that, again run one more query, admin space union select add null. For database we are going to use database. Okay, and now again add remaining null, which is okay, this is just quite irritating. 2 3 4 5. Okay, is this correct? Now hit enter. Let me scroll it down. As you can see that guys, we have gotten here, we have got something. So now let's try to read. This is the database, actually this is the name of the database. So now let's try to read a file from the server system. So how you can do that? So this is some very interesting thing. So how you can do that? So this command that I'm going to give here is gonna be very difficult, because it looks like very we can say uninteresting actually. Okay guys, so now let's see how we can do that. So the command that I'm going to give is admin single tick and then simply union select, this is for select, and null, this is one null, and then load file, load file, and inside this let me do it like this, and the path that I'm going to give here is this. Okay, how many paths I should add here? Let me do it with 4. Okay, so this is 4. Now Windows, this is the path. Let's see, is it working, because currently I'm using Linux. Let's see, is it working or not. This is how drivers etc and then we'll host. Okay, host. Now just close this, everything is fine, it's looking fine. So now add the remaining nulls here, which is around 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Now hit enter. Let's see, is it working or not. Records, as you can see that records not fine, because currently we are using Linux system, so that is why it is not working in our case, so that we are not able to get this. So what you can do here in case of this, you can simply use your Linux path, so then after you can simply get the right path of it. Okay, so as you can see that we are using Linux, so that is why it is not working here. Okay, so guys, the question arises here, all these we did, we are able to manage to get the database version, database name, passwords, inside parts of what is contained inside the table, what we have, the column names, number of columns, table names, username, passwords, and their signatures. We managed to get all the information. So the question arises here that how you can simply protect yourself, so how to secure your organization from SQL injection. So as you can see that we did a lot in terms of demonstrating the effects of SQL injection. So have understanding how we protect ourselves from this is just a very important thing. So the guideline is like at the time, based on this particular understanding, so the only proven way to protect a website from SQL injection attack is to use SQL parameters. So SQL parameters are the values that are added to the SQL queries to add the simple execution time in a more controlled manner. So this is the way you can protect yourself. So guys, I hope you understand this. So if you're not getting anything, you can simply message me. I will simply make a separate lecture on this SQL injection. By the way, I know you all have got this very well, but if in case you are having any kind of doubt, you can ask me. I will answer your query within 24 hours. Don't worry, I will make a separate video and I will show you one by one how you can automate the process of SQL injection without doing all this stuff, because I'm not adding that particular lecture in this particular lesson, because I don't want to just do anything on a automatic mode. If you are doing it on manual mode, so you can understand it, you can put your hard work, your brain on it. But in case of automation, what you need to do here is simply copy this particular copy which email. Let me do it for you. Okay, why it is not okay. So in case of automation, you need to simply copy this email and put it there on the tool, and it will simply tell you what kind of vulnerabilities it has, and you need to exploit it and all. So that is not the best way to learn ethical hacking on website hacking. So the best way is to do it manual, but there are some cases where we need automation. So there you can use it. But in case of SQL injection, if you are able to get all of these things, so there is nothing like you will go with automation. Okay guys, so this is all about this lecture. I hope you guys understand it, and thank you for watching this lecture.